If you want your videos to go viral, you need to master the art of storytelling. Even if you are sharing educational content, storytelling will improve not only the quality of your videos, how confident and convincing you are, but also make viewers convert into subscribers and followers. You can't overlook how confident famous YouTubers sound and look in front of the camera. You can't deny how professional they sound and how well they structure their content. Once you click or tap to watch one of their videos, you just can't stop watching or leave because they know exactly what to say to grab your attention in just 5 seconds. And that's the secret to getting you hooked. Once they capture your attention, that's when everything changes. It's mastering the art of storytelling. You can also notice how the words are flowing out of their mouth and how smoothly they transition from one point or section to another. Do you think this is a coincidence? Do you really think they wake up, get dressed, and turn the camera on and hit record? Actually, that's not the case. Professional YouTubers know and understand the power of a well-crafted script, so they spend days, if not weeks, working on them. They don't improvise, they don't freestyle. Everything they say is from a script. Everything you see on camera is the result of a well-crafted script. I have seen many videos about how to write a great YouTube script, and all of them use the same structure, and I agree to everything mentioned in those videos. However, there is something missing. Before moving to the how-to part, there is one thing that you need to understand. A well-crafted YouTube script affects the performance metrics of your YouTube channel, like the engagement rate and watch time. YouTube algorithm uses these metrics to determine how satisfied your audience is with your content. The higher satisfaction rate, the higher reach you will get. The satisfaction rate can be measured by not just the number of clicks, shares, but how much time your audience spends watching the video. As long as the audience and viewers are satisfied, YouTube will continue recommending your content to new users who have similar interests to those who watched and liked your content. Every video talking about how to write a YouTube script divides the process into 3 main sections: the hook, the body or content, the CTA or call to action. A well-crafted YouTube script needs more than this simple structure. Now, let's move to the most important part, the additional section that no one is talking about. We will follow the basic structure I mentioned, but we will add a twist. Let's start with the hook. You have 5 seconds to capture the attention of your viewer, so your hook should not exceed those 5 seconds. The person who clicks on your video will decide whether he will continue to watch or not in that very short span of time. Those 5 seconds are crucial, so you need to use them wisely. I know it might look or sound too short, but 5 seconds can be more than enough to capture someone's attention. And here is how. A good hook should answer 3 questions: when, who, and what. 3 months ago, my friend resigned a high-paying corporate job due to the toxic culture. When? 3 months ago. Who? My friend. What? She resigned a high-paying corporate job due to the toxic culture. Here's another example. Yesterday, I met the monetization criteria on YouTube. When? Yesterday. Who? Me. What? I met the monetization criteria on YouTube. These hooks took less than 5 seconds. Now tell me, if you click on a video and you hear any of these 2 sentences, would you skip the video or continue to watch it? You should understand that YouTube algorithm is smart enough to analyze your video and recommend it to people who are searching or interested in the topic your video is discussing. YouTube algorithm will drive traffic to your videos. It's your job to keep the audience watching based on the content that you are providing. When you write your video script, use the when, who, and what method to create a hook, which should be the video intro. Now, let's move to the content section. Let's assume you succeeded in capturing your audience attention. You move to the next step, the story and the results that followed the action mentioned in the hook. The viewer decides he is not going to skip this video because he wants to know what's next. It's like he's saying, "I'm interested. Tell me more about it." That's when it's time to elaborate. Based on the first hook example, here is how to elaborate. She has been under a lot of stress, she was verbally abused, and every success she achieved was overlooked or questioned. She started suffering from health issues and was diagnosed with depression. Despite being on medication, she didn't feel better and decided to leave. She embarked on a self-discovery journey, focusing on healing from her bad experience. Here's example number 2. Yesterday, I met the monetization criteria on YouTube. It has been 3 months since I launched my first YouTube channel, and yesterday, finally, I did it. Now, I will be able to generate a passive income from YouTube while enjoying the activities I like, and here's how I did it. Sounds good, right? The next step is to talk about the solution or how the problem was solved. In this section, your viewer is very interested in knowing what is the solution that helped you solve the problem and how it was executed. Examples of when and how to execute, what are the consequences or the impact of the solution, and if there is a side effect. Users want to know your opinion and how you felt about the experience. Otherwise, it won't be credible. So you need to talk more about your experience, emotions, and give more than just some generic examples. Going back to my first example, she decided to leave and she chose to focus on her well-being. It was a rough journey. It took her months to recover and regain her confidence. She went through EMDR therapy sessions, practiced yoga, took a life coaching course, and started her own business. Now, she helps women find their own voice and fight toxic work cultures. She makes more than what she used to make as a full-time employee, working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Today, she is working 8 hours a week and she's making a full-time income. She is financially stable, having multiple passive income streams. She is happier than ever, works from home, which allowed her to spend more time with her kids. Obviously, this short script covers everything I mentioned. Now, you need to add the lesson or the key takeaway from the story or whatever you discussed in the video. The key takeaway is the lesson that you learned from the story and want to share with your audience. Here's a key takeaway for the example I mentioned. You don't need or have to tolerate a toxic work environment. You need to prioritize your well-being. Life is full of opportunities. Every negative experience can be a life lesson and a motive to change your life for the better. Trust yourself, develop your skills, and don't let anyone or anything prevent you from reaching your full potential. Last but not least, the call to action. As you know, most YouTubers use generic call to action like subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, etc. To be honest, I don't like that. You want your audience to make a deeper level of interaction with your content. So avoid a passive call to action. If your audience likes your content and find it useful, they will subscribe and will give your video a thumbs up without asking them to do so. They will even share it with other people who might find it interesting on other platforms, like sharing the link on Facebook or sending the URL to a WhatsApp contact or a group of contacts. I always think the best call to action is where you turn your audience into an active member of the community, like asking what they think about the information you just shared, if you missed an important piece of information that can enrich the content, share their own stories, and help the channel community benefit from their experience. Your channel is like a small, safe community where all members can share and be heard as long as they bring value to other members. This was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next video.